Hi, my name is Jen Volka. I'm a memory specialist and founder of mymemorypal.com here in Silicon Valley. I have been doing this a very long time, but this is my first foray into social media, and what do you know? I have a YouTube channel. So this is my intro. Mymemorypal.com is the channel. It is also the website. It is also the blog. So there will be a lot of really wonderful stuff that you will find that I say in these videos, these coaching sessions on my YouTube channel, on the blog. So be sure to check the blog out at mymemorypal.com. There's two ways to go. You can sign up for the blog on mymemorypal.com and it will be pushed into your inbox. I'm kind of infrequent. I'm going to try to be good and do like once a week. But like during Christmas, I'll do the 12 days of Christmas or holiday stuff or Hanukkah. Sometimes I'll do 2 or 3 in a row and then I won't do it for a month. So I'm kind of not super consistent with the blog. I will try to be weekly with the YouTube channel so that I deliver as promised and also really help you to establish a pattern. So I eventually will release the video at the same time, the same day every week, but I need a little time to warm up to all of this. So let me start by telling you about my audience. Who are my clients? Who do I see? And why do I see them and how are they successful? I actually have two audiences. The first audience are about 7th or 8th graders and high schoolers. The 7th or 8th graders have to be fairly mature and being really ready to learn to use what's called their executive functioning skills. This is for the person who doesn't have intuitive executive functioning skills. Those are things like time management skills, organizational skills, good predictive skills, good impulse control, good attention skills. Sometimes we need a little bit of help on how to set that paradigm, both cognitively and logistically, in terms of planning. So I work with a lot of kiddos, been doing it all week since school just started. I also work with kids in high school, and right now I'm doing a lot of Skyping with college students who usually I see more in their first and second year, but I have a few that are still hanging out on their PhD, and also with junior, senior, who just like to have the weekly check-in so they continue to be successful, especially for those that are big procrastinators. I then have a whole nother audience, which are kind of folks like me, early baby boomers and also later baby boomers, who are really into cognitive fitness. So we spent a lot of years on physical fitness in the last 2 decades, 3 decades in this country. Now we're really getting into what does cognitive fitness look like since we're living longer. Well, I love all the DVDs about brain fitness, and some of it you will see on public television. Sometimes there are great fundraising drives and you can get those DVDs for super cheap. The problem is they don't generalize from exercise to real life very well. They're great for a little kind of waxing your neuron tips, if you will, and kind of just staying fit, kind of like going out for a jog. Oh, meet Uncle Albert, by the way. He's my executive assistant. I hope he won't be too much of a cognitive disruptor. The DVDs are good for daily follow-up exercises, but they're not very good for generalizing to your daily life. So we're going to be working on checking in once a week to really be able to do the exercises that will help you in everyday life. Everyday life examples, everyday life use, hopefully with the behavioral sciences I'm about to explain in the second half of today's video, you will be able to use a system that develops really good habits because it's all about the practice. So let me just say my background real quickly. I have been a speech and language pathologist for most of my life, and it is a speech and language pathologist, as you can read on my homepage on mymemorypal.com, that are responsible for the cognitive processes called executive functioning, the organizational skills of prioritization, sequencing, word finding, impulse control, various behaviors that have to do with attention and impulse control. the ability to do time management, the ability to just organize your life in general, your thinking in general, and certainly your work, whether it's college, high school, middle school, or corporate. I have a lot of clients from wonderful companies in Silicon Valley. I'm very fortunate for that. So I deal with a lot of really smart brains too. And they're really great about telling me how their brains work and how their brains don't work. And this kind of segues right into how to adjust the curriculum so that it actually works better for them. So without further ado, let me get on with your tip for the first intro to my MemoryPal.com YouTube channel and give you a couple things to chew on for the next week. I think it's really important to understand some of the real basics about behavioral sciences and making habits. If you're in the former group, you're still learning that. If you're in the latter group, you've learned a thing or two, if you're in the anti-aging group. So you know your strengths and your weaknesses about making habits. Let's just do a real simple review for this audience, and let's teach this audience how to do it. Basically, it's creating a self-directed goal, which means writing the goal, creating step-by-step. How do I achieve the goal? How do I measure success? How did I do? And reflection. So reflection is like one of the big granddaddies. If I didn't meet my goal, how do I adjust my lens so that I do it better the next day? A great example, both positive and negative, a great one is the Fitbit. The Fitbit mentality is huge. It's behavioral sciences 101. Oh, here's the program I want to do. Here's how I do it. This is my actual incremental step. 10,000 steps is my goal. Here is the tracking. Oh, it's 7 o'clock at night and I only have 9,000 of my 10,000 steps. I better get out and go for a walk so I can get that extra 1,000 steps. I can't tell you how many people I've heard say that. Oh, got to get in my steps. Oh, yes, let's do it because I can get in some more steps. So it's really a fabulous program. And then reflection. If you didn't get those extra 1,000 steps, you know that you started too late. So then the next day you might set an alarm so you start earlier and you're more cognizant of adjusting your lens so that you're more successful throughout the day. If you actually Google Wall Street Journal, Fitbit, you'll probably find about a 7-year-old article that's fabulous. It describes why Fitbit is so successful and how we need self-directed goal behavior in order to really achieve. Those who self-author, like self-authoring their day, what am I going to accomplish today, and are realistic about it, which my clients tend not to be because they have logistical issues with executive dysfunction. But once they get clear on you don't need 500,000 things on your to-do list, you only need 3, and really get clear on authoring the day's goals and successes, they tend to actually achieve them. A terrible example is my Spanish class. Oh my goodness. So if I would practice what I preached with my Spanish class, I might be a little bit farther along. I've been practicing Spanish for about 3 years, and the first couple of years I was pretty good, but the last year I've fallen off. This summer my kid graduated high school and I was traveling. Oh, but I was in a Spanish-speaking country, so I got to practice my oral language. But truthfully, I should be thinking about, what am I doing? When am I doing it? How long am I doing it? What are the steps for doing it? How do I achieve, how do I define success, and how did I do? And then reflecting. Well, truth be told, I study the hour before the professor comes on Saturday mornings, and then I get caught up with my homework and I review whatever it is I'm trying to learn, and then I'm a great fake in class. But it's not helping further my Spanish. It's kind of keeping me in purgatory. And so recently I've decided I need to make a better commitment, and so I'm on the road to self-authoring how that's going to look in my schedule, but not until I'm done publishing my first YouTube channel. Okay, there we go. So grab your composition books and, have something you write in that's dedicated to this work. And let's go ahead and talk about writing the first 3 goals. Okay? What are the goals that are most important to you? What is it going to look like when you've accomplished those goals? How are you going to feel? How are you going to measure your success? What are the step-by-step things you'll need to do? And of course, I'll help you with that in terms of coaching. And really, journaling, did you do it or didn't you? And if you didn't, what do you need to do next to make it more successful? So that's kind of everything in a nutshell. What am I doing? How do I do it step by step? How am I going to measure success? How did I do? What will I do to adjust my lens so I will do it better tomorrow? Okay? Keeping track of that in a book, handwriting or printing, not on your laptop. You can always transfer to a Google Doc or something in your laptop, but it is really important to write it in the book, and it has a lot to do with memory, so that you are able to truly, truly, truly develop this habit. Okay, the good news is you're going to see me next. Same outfit, same location. I'm going to be giving you the true first curriculum because this is really the intro. So get ready, fasten your seatbelts, and get ready to improve your memory. Remember me until next time. I'm Jen Bolka with mymemorypal.com.